You guys may remember Mike Lindell. A while back, he started selling his pillows for $14.88 each. And now, for those who are observant in the audience, you'll recognize instantly that that is a Nazi dog whistle. It's a reference to the 14 words and the 8th letter of the alphabet, H. So, HH, Heil Hitler, that's the 88. The 14 words were not said by Hitler, but they were invented by like a neo-Nazi. I forget what his name was now. But the 14 words here, I'm going to pull it up here. We must secure the existence of our people and a future for white children, because the beauty of the white Aryan woman must not perish from the earth. Those are the 14 words. Anyway, Mike Lindell, he gets some pushback on this 1488 thing. Like, why did he pick those numbers of all things? He absolutely knew what he was doing, right? You don't pick 1488 at random. And he gets called out for it, and he tries to defend himself. The funny thing is, just before that, he was selling his pillows for $14.98. So he changed it by 10 cents. Why? One can only speculate. He was called on it, went on Flashpoint to defend himself. He said, "Oh, I don't know what that is. Completely in the dark. I'm oblivious. You're seeing things. That's ridiculous." We'll listen in a minute. But wouldn't you know it, his pillows are $14.88 each. This is months later. I don't know if this is again or if it remained $14.88 or what, but he knows now. He knows. And he's still pricing them at $14.88. You cannot convince me that the guy does not know what he is doing. This is his defense previously when he was called on it. This clip is from late September 2024.
Used a bunch of price points, $29.88.
No. You put down $29.99, actually. I saw the price points.
$19.88, $18.88, $14.88, and $9.88. We kind of like Walmart does when they have a sale on a sale, right? That 88. What?
No. The reason that people mark things down to 95 cents is because there's a psychological study done a while back. Somebody was studying this psychological phenomenon. I don't even remember now. It's in the book Incognito by David Eagleman if you want to read about it. But the bottom line is if they priced things at $4.99 rather than $5, they would sell 6% more than otherwise. Like, sales go up. So anyway, like, there's no need to set it to 88 cents. I don't know why he would do that.
Here, we put the campaign out there. Actually, we done it a couple weeks ago, but we get it out there on social media.
Well, it's a campaign, huh? So that means it's going to come to an end soon. I wonder why it hasn't come to an end. Or I wonder why he did it again.
There on social media and stuff on Thursday and Friday. Here I get a call from all the media around the country and the world, all the way to the Daily Mail saying, "What are you, a Nazi? 88 stands for Hitler and 14 for something else." And they put the words together. I'm going, who comes up with this stuff?
Nazis. Nazis come up with this stuff. And you use it. Why did he pick 1488? 1488 is like all over the place. Like, look, this is just one picture here. Swastika next to 14/88. People get tattoos of 1488 all the time. Like, this is a well-known symbol that is used in the neo-Nazi community all the time. Here you go, look. 14 on one leg, 88 on the other. 1488 on their knuckles. It's pretty popular on the knuckles. An iron cross. This one is on an iron cross. This one's on the knuckles again. I mean, this is really, really common, and it is a full-blown dog whistle. Here, 88. It's Heil Hitler. That's what that means. Oh, my God, dude. Imagine getting a tattoo on your neck of 1488 and, like, the eagle and the swastika and everything. That's crazy. That's with you for the rest of your life, for real. You cannot tell me that you didn't know this. Why did you price it at $14.88 rather than $14.95 or $98 or hell, why not $14.78? Anything else? Literally anything else.
I said, it's another attack on my pillow because their CEO wants to go to paper ballots hand counted.
Oh my God, he's such a victim.
It's as simple as that, Gene. There's no other logical reason that they would go this. This is the most nonsensical thing. And then some media called me, are you going to apologize and take it down? I said, no, I'm going to double down. The sales are on. 2988, 1988, 1488.
What a colossal scumbag. He knows. He absolutely knows. And again, to this day, 1488, it's up there. Now, I'm calling it, man. He is dog whistling the Nazis. You cannot convince me otherwise. Since we're talking about Mike Lindell, though, let's talk about what he's been up to. I don't know if you guys remember this one. This is from early October 2023. Dude has been working for Donald Trump for who knows how long. God, since 2016, I guess, right? He's been doing everything that he could, running himself into the ground trying to help his God Emperor Donald Trump. Check this clip out. I just finished writing a book titled Was Hitler an Atheist? It talks about religions during the Third Reich and how they work together. Catholics, Jehovah's Witnesses, and Protestants. And I even address the lies told by the evangelical world about Bonhoeffer. It's on Audible and Amazon. Okay, let's continue.
All the lawyers we have for My Pillow and myself in the lawsuits with the lawfare with Dominion and Smartmatic, they just filed in federal court that to drop us as our attorneys. And
all that work that this guy did for Donald Trump on his behalf, and Trump dropped him like a ton of bricks. Never cared about Mike Lindell. This guy has financially ruined himself. I can only imagine that this 1488 plot is an attempt to recover financially by appealing to Nazis. A dog whistle is called a dog whistle because it appeals to a very specific set of people and nobody else is aware. Nazis know about 1488, nobody else does.
And this comes from the lawfare, basically, and from the media. The attacks on My Pillow, what American Express did, just devastating our credit. And
American Express devastated your credit. Right. Actually, I know what he's talking about. They pulled his credit card, basically. They said that we don't trust you to pay your bill on time anymore, so you can't have it anymore. And it was a credit line of like $1 million or something. It was crazy. It was like a lot of money. Anyway, the attacks on My Pillow, quote unquote, are lawsuits because you defamed people as the CEO of My Pillow. Because, and honestly, is My Pillow even being sued? I thought it was like Mike Lindell personally being sued. I mean, yeah, My Pillow is suffering terribly because no one wants to buy a Nazi pillow. Your pillows suck anyway, Mike. They're lumpy. I know he doesn't like it when people say that.
Now you're an asshole. You got that? You're an asshole, is what you are. No, he's an asshole. No, he's an ambulance chasing asshole. That's what you are. The lumpy pillows, kiss my ass. Put that in your book.
Yeah. Does not like it when you say they're lumpy. But isn't that like their key feature? They're lumpy because he cuts up pieces of foam. Aren't they supposed to be lumpy? Anyway, the point is, his pillows suck. I don't know why he defends it so hard. Like, honestly, I don't even know how he got so rich. How does somebody become almost a billionaire off of pillows? I mean, I guess everybody needs one.
Attacks on My Pillow, what American Express did, just devastating our credit, and we have to. I can't pay the lawyers. We can't pay. There's no money left to pay them.
What goes around comes around. Welcome to the consequences of your actions. It was a series of bad financial decisions that this guy made that devastated his company, like dragging his own name through the mud, like destroying his own credibility, his reputation. This 1488 thing, that's not helping. But you know what else didn't help? You know what made things worse? This kind of thing right here. This is from November 9th, 2022.
For one thing, everybody should go to Frank's speech and get educated. We're putting everything
No, thank you, sir.
up there. Evidence has been up there from the 2020 election for months.
It hasn't. I've looked.
And it's to know that. It's to be educated so you can say, hey, Oz really did win.
He didn't.
We have a coming out of the Edison report. This is what we used. And this is.
Yeah, so this is his silver bullet, if you will, the Edison report. This is how Mike Lindell knows, quote unquote, that there was election cheating in 2020. The Edison report is basically on the ground exit polls. So people walking out of the polling locations on election day are asked, who did you vote for? Just some of the people. And this Edison company or whatever, they compile this data and make it available to the public. So Mike Lindell's looking at the Edison data, the result of exit polls, and claims that this is, evidence that Trump won without, irrefutable evidence, completely ignoring the fact that this data could be biased for any number of reasons, not just because a company's biased. I don't even think they are. If for no other reason than because they don't account for mail-in ballots. It's just exit polls. So they're just looking at people that are voting on that day. That's disproportionately Republican. And aside from all of that, the exit polls reflected exactly what we saw. There was no deviation. Mike is just coming up with some ridiculous new plot that he believes was hatched against Trump.
This is, everybody can look at it. Everybody can see this. Every vote in the country goes through Edison research.
No, it doesn't. They are exit polls.
In New Jersey. So you pull this out in real time. You can actually, if you go to Jeff O'Donnell's website, or we have a lot of them posted on Frank's Speech. We'll have them all up there tomorrow. Gene, you can see every time Oz caught up, they popped in 90,000 votes for Fetterman.
Oh my God, dude. This guy needs help, really. And you know what's funny? Actually, after all this stuff, after all of this, oh boy, this is a beautiful mug right here, right? Boy, he looks upset about something. Anyway, after all this, he tried to come up with some new way to stop election tampering. I don't know if you guys remember this. It's called the WMD, is what he called it. Listen to what he says here. This is from August 17th, 2023. God, I thought it was older than that. This is his plan for the 2024 election.
Everyone said the machines are not online. Our routers.
They're not online.
Our voting machines, our polling, but they're not online. They're not online. They're not online.
That is correct.
They're not online. Everybody heard this, and that lie blocked us from getting our cyber evidence out every time we go to counties to get rid of the machines or go to paper. But it doesn't happen here. We're not online. We're not online. So this device here is a wireless monitoring device. It was developed, it's the only one I believe in the world. We have quite a few, and we're mass producing them. What they do is they monitor, when you go into a room and you have a phone, it tells you all the internet's available, right?
Right.
It's just passive.
All the internet's available, he says.
Captured, shows it. Now, what if there was such a device that would say, let's say you had one of those internets, Gene.
One of those internets.
And you wanted to find out everyone that had joined up to your internet.
Yeah.
And you'd also find out what kind of device it was, the IP address of it, the brand name on it, the MAC address.
Does he know what a MAC address is? It's a physical hardware address. It doesn't change from system to system. It's just the hardware address that's on any internet or Bluetooth-enabled device or whatever. You can just look at it. It's like a series of numbers, 2 numbers, then colon, 2 numbers, colon, 2 numbers, colon. I think it's a set of 8 numbers or something. And you can just you can look up the MAC address and compare it to the list in your Bluetooth stuff or whatever if you want. What does a MAC address have to do with anything? Why are we even talking about MAC addresses?
Address of it, the brand name on it, the MAC address. If I told you that, you'd go, wow, that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
Not really. I mean, that's just pretty standard stuff. If something connects to your system, then you can see all that stuff about it.
Stealing your internet, right?
That's right.
But
yep.
Here, we can catch them in their lie. It's a wireless monitoring device. You bring it in any precinct, any polling thing, it'll pull It'll show you the cell phones online. It works on cellular, internet too, everything, anything that's online. And now you can filter it out. Take out all the cell phones. Take out all the watches online. Take out all the if you were outside a car that was online, would take that out.
He sold these things. He sold a ton of these little WMDs, which ostensibly, I guess, are little devices that detect wireless networks. I mean, can't your phone do that? I don't understand. Be clear, MAC address is not exclusive to Macs, right? I'm just like, I'm so lost.
Now you filter it down, and you're in a place. Well, now all of a sudden, imagine you're on election night and you have one of these, and we also have a way to franksocial.com now, our platform there, where you can watch it. You can sit at home in your easy chair, and it's like Ghostbusters. Red alert, red alert.
Got another one.
You got another one.
God, he's so full of. So where was he on election night? Hell, do we have the data on that? Did those people go from polling location, pulling the data about internet, like multiple internets, plural? No, he just like dropped it. He didn't care if there's election integrity or whatever. Never gave a shit about election integrity. He cared about making sure that Trump won. Suddenly, all that election integrity went right out the window.
Another lie caught. Another lie caught. Another lie caught. We now can police our own elections.
You have to be like when 100 yards, is that right?
Yeah, it doesn't matter. You bring it right in the room. The clerks will probably want to have one,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, dude. And what's going to happen exactly? Like, I'm unclear on exactly what it does. So it pulls the internet in the room, and filters out all the watches and the phones and things. And then what does it do from there? Upload the list of internets to his website? Or does it buzz? Does it vibrate? Does it have a little light on the side, like one of those pager things that you get when you're at a restaurant? I mean, I don't know what it's for. Just, God, is this guy ever going to come back to reality? I believe that he is one of many that is just mentally lost. He believes it. I think he is a die-hard believer. And his head is just gone.
What's really powerful is the other side here is going to know that this technology exists. Because it's now, correct me if I'm wrong here, but this is deeper. Yeah. It's not just something you can do on it. Because there's apps out there that can show you available Wi-Fi.
Yeah, why am I paying like $100 for this device, right? Or whatever it costs.
Networks.
And what did he do with them? Where's the information? It's not on his website. Can we access that information that you gathered? This is like the clearest example of a scam that I think I've seen in a while. Can't he get in legal trouble for this? It's like those people that sold battery-powered little pocket things that claim to kill COVID when you walk around. You remember that? Just put this little thing in, or it'll prevent vaccines from hurting you or something. How is that legal to sell? That is so very clearly a scam, right? I wonder if we can find that. Is that still around? They used to sell it on Amazon. Let's see. I think this is it. Okay. God. There's so much scam stuff out there. Look, the COVIDizer. Work safer and closer during COVID. What the hell is this? It's like an astronaut's like helmet or something? What is going on? They've raised $5,000. It's close. Oh my God, bro. That is wild. Well, I guess, yeah, so it was supposed to ship in August 2020. They didn't get there, so I guess it was refunded. I'm assuming. I don't know. But $4,000 or $5,000 worth of poor fools invested in this stupid stuff, dude. People will buy anything. Personal air filters. Wait, is this it? I'm not sure if this was... No, I don't think this is the thing I was thinking of. Anyway, it's a little battery-powered thing you put in your pocket. I mean, these are all stupid, but not that stupid. How is this thing, this WMD, not, like, regulated by some government agency to prevent people from being scammed out of every penny that they own?
Networks. This is another level.
Yeah, this doesn't matter if there's Wi-Fi in the room. We wanted to know. They won't show us what's inside the machines. So they always said they're not online.
They're not online. And how's this machine going to prove that?
Line. This is the only device I know in the world that was developed. It took over a year. That now will say, "Hey, if you just turn your phone on, and I'm sitting here, it would pop up, ding. It would say, here's the phone, here's the brand, here."
Bro, I'm not trying to brag, but I could do this in 10 minutes. Anybody could do it in 10 minutes. Like, I haven't written code in like 6 years, or no, 5 years maybe, a long time. And it's like the most straightforward thing ever with PHP or with Python or whatever. Just a scripting language. Just bust it out in 10 minutes and you're done. Maybe even 5 minutes. You know why? Because there's a specific function to print this stuff out, to get this information and print it out. It took you a year to develop? Sounds to me like Mike Lindell is the one being scammed here.
Everything. Now, if it was a computer, here's the address. If it's a voting machine, here's a router. Here's a polling book. Here's a printer. You told us they weren't online. Now, think of this. If you're a county clerk that we always go to and say, hey, we want to get rid of these machines, and they go, no, my machines aren't online. Well, might have heard a lie behind a lie, a string of lies. Well, now, that's not an acceptable excuse now, because we're going to be able to go to them clerks and go, are you really going to sit back? Because we're going to know either you're lying misconstrued or you're listening to a lie. Are you sure you want to keep them?
Okay, I think I understand what he's saying. I think he's saying this little WMD device detects like when a printer is connected to the internet. Well, first of all, you cannot detect that unless the printer is connected to your network, and then you can check to see. And even then, not necessarily. Also, unless it's in pairing mode, then it's not, like, seeking out a signal or whatever. You know, there's a client-server relationship when connecting to the internet. Routers serve as the server, and the computers in this scenario, I believe, serve as the clients. So the client seeks out the server. You tell it to connect, or you tell it to look for things to connect to or whatever, and it'll find the router and connect to it, or like the other way around. Or you can type you can connect it directly, type the IP address in or whatever. I mean, this is just complete nonsense. He has no idea how the internet works.
Want to keep them?
The difference with what Mike's talking about doing here, when Pat Colbeck called me on election night at 3 o'clock in the morning, he had discovered the Ethernet cables coming out of the election boxes and everything.
Well, that's just a lie. That didn't happen. They don't have Ethernet ports, to my knowledge.
But he had no way to prove it. What Mike's offering,
he had no way to prove it. He says,
prove it. What Mike's offering right here. If we end up in that situation again, no longer does Pat have to try to explain what he saw without the technology and the evidence. He's going to have it.
No, because this WMD would not detect anything if it was connected by Ethernet. That's the thing. It's detecting wireless signals. Ethernet cables are not wireless. They are, by definition, wired. That is the name of a wire. Right? See, he had no proof of any of this. Knock me over the feather. I mean, there's no proof of any of it at all from anybody. There's a single guy that's telling you that he saw Ethernet cables coming out of a computer or whatever. Well, where are the other 8,000, polling locations? Like, what about their systems? There isn't another guy somewhere in the U.S., not one more guy that saw the same thing? Also, the election machines, they don't have Ethernet ports, to my knowledge. That being said, they may not be able to connect to the internet, but they might connect to Bluetooth, or maybe they'll just connect locally to a local network, so that you can go to like their IP address and use like a web interface to like program them or whatever. But you need like a username and password. I don't even know. I'm just speculating about some reason that this could happen. But to my knowledge, none of them even have network cards. Like, these people are living in a delusional fantasy land that has never manifested into anything but more delusion. Now, tell me what you think about these people in the comments. Like, these people are just, they're jokes. And it seems clear to me that they were scamming you all along with these stupid little WMDs. What is the government organization that deals with scams, like pyramid schemes and stuff? Somebody needs to get on that. Tell me what you think.